जी नाज़रीन, सदर ममलकत डॉक्टर आरिफ अलवी इस वक्त AGC के ज़ेर एहतमाम एक वर्चुअल मीटिंग के इफ्तिताही सेशन से खिताब करें।
Professor Yoon Morai, Dean Faculty of Environment and Information Studies, Keio University, Japan. Ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. I extend a very warm welcome to you to the 51st Asia Pacific Advanced Network meeting hosted by the Higher Education Commission of Pakistan. I would like to appreciate the Asia Pacific Advanced Network APAN community and its members of various community committees who have put together such an important event for over 500 global participants and other ICT professionals. The introduction and absorption of information and communication technologies in all walks of life has become an imperative, not only for Pakistan but throughout the world. And COVID-19 by itself has shown the importance of digital communication and its part in our lives, in our daily lives, because physical meetings and physical communications were becoming something which could not be done. Pakistan is following a two-pronged strategy by investing in human capital and technology. In 2003, the government issued a comprehensive liberalization policy in telecommunication sector, and just a year before it, the Higher Education Commission was established. The Higher Education Commission is doing a splendid work because it is responsible for organizing and giving direction to the education sector of Pakistan, to the colleges and the universities which are giving bachelor's degrees and masters and PhDs. And therefore, the need for communication, effective communication, the effective disbursement of knowledge from all sources and repositories of knowledge through IT has always been important and becoming more important today. I still remember, because it is appropriate to mention, that my first insistence on the fact of using digital education and distance learning was my speech done in China in 2006 at the time of the organization of the World Dental Federation, and I was talking about the fact that there's so much knowledge available. It is more and more difficult or less affordable for people to go out and participate in studies for 2 or 3 years. It is far easier that knowledge goes into the clouds or into the waves and comes to a country like Pakistan. Pakistan has more than 300,000 English-speaking IT professionals, which by itself is an important thing, with expertise in current and emerging IT technologies and products. This is important because the language barrier has been overcome in this manner, that Pakistan, higher teaching, higher learning in Pakistan is in the English language. There are 13 software technology parks which are being devoted for encouragement of IT investment in Pakistan and development of IT technology in Pakistan. These software parks are carrying the basic message of reduced no taxation and provision of all infrastructure for all IT companies who can come here and participate. There are more than 20,000 IT graduates and engineers entering the market every year, and the Higher Education Commission is making an effort that these graduates are market savvy. In fact, these graduates are what the market needs. I, as a president, also inaugurated the Presidential Initiative on Artificial Intelligence, which was promoting the learning in the network, in the network area, the artificial intelligence, blockchain technology, cloud computing, software language, and cyber security. These are important areas, and we wanted to educate our children, educate our graduates or undergraduates in these areas so that they can fit into the needs of the world for tomorrow. I remember visiting a few countries, including Japan and other countries in Asia, and I remember the ex-Prime Minister of Japan saying that if there were 100,000 graduates available in IT, the Japanese system would like to absorb all of them. So the need for IT graduates is tremendous, and the Higher Education Commission therefore is doing its work with the help, of course, with APAN and these communication with national research and education networks, as well as Pakistan's own Pakistan Education and Research Network, to make sure that the information available, open source information available, and more than 60,000 books are made available to all our graduates in the universities. That includes not only IT, but includes other sectors. The remarkable and important thing is that Pakistan has achieved a teledensity of about 83%, with almost 176 million cellular phone users out of a total population of 220 million. This is important. This is important in digital finance. We are moving towards a total digital economy, and I believe that if people are able to communicate, to exchange knowledge, to exchange financial information, as well as to have a digital wallet, it will improve our economy in many ways. The broadband subscribers have also increased from less than 1 million in 2010 to 93 million in December 2020. This is a very steep rise, and with the COVID situation throughout Pakistan, there was distance learning which was practiced, and some areas, in most of the areas, we went on to online education. What COVID has done, a lot of damage in the health sector and in the physical sector, but it has encouraged a boon in IT communication through different platforms, and ensuring the fact that people should not stay home and waste time, but should be able to communicate. So we are looking at e-commerce as well, so that goods are exchanged and all the commerce can still go on. We are looking at e-health platforms, and we are looking at e-finance. E-health for Pakistan has been important. We were able to manage the COVID situation with the peak at one time in July at 6,600 patients, and today we are at around 200 new patients from 6,600. So Pakistan has managed it well. A huge population base compared to other regional countries. We took genuine precautions, but we did not stop business, because the Prime Minister of Pakistan led the way in stating the fact that because of COVID, we cannot allow our poor people to come out of jobs and create a major economic crisis. So doing the necessary precautions, we were able to keep our economic sectors partially open, and today they are fully open. With more than 2,000 IT companies and call centers, Pakistan's ICT exports have been growing by around 30% every year for the last 5 years. The government has as its plans to launch 5G technology by the end of 2022, and that would be another phase of ICT-based socio-economic transformation of Pakistan. The recent figures regarding freelancing revenue growth of Pakistan was seen at 47% this year, placing Pakistan at the fourth position in the country in 2019 for freelance development. That is remarkable. That means Pakistan is ready to service the world's needs of freelancing software. This was about which has about 60% of its 220. Pakistan has about 60% of its 220 million population in the 15 to 29 years age group, and I believe if they are able to produce IT experts, the IT experts can work for the building of Pakistan on the IT level and the digital level. At the same time, they can service countries abroad and companies abroad. The Higher Education Commission of Pakistan has contributed tremendously for the introduction of ICT-based research, of course with PERN, and it has under its wing about 350 universities and their satellite campuses. So there's a huge responsibility on the Higher Education Commission, and it's doing a splendid job. It has 60,000 digital books and research journals available for the students. They are going to work with 100 smart classrooms, and they will contribute to the human resource available in Pakistan for all the needs of a developing country. I think the biggest platform today, it is very difficult, for example, takes time for brick and mortar situations to increase our exports. But in the IT sector, the more we learn, the more we are able to increase our exports, the more we are able to link with the world, the more we are able to give services to the people of Pakistan. And by those services, I mean essential services in providing education to all sectors, and at the same time providing health through telehealth services, for which plans are underway, and the services which were used during the COVID are maturing up into improving the health of Pakistan. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for this conference, and I wish and hope these communications, these linkages between the countries in the region of APAN and PERN, cooperates with them, and of course research and national research and education networks, because through this cooperation we can increase the possibility of peace, we can increase the possibility of commerce, we can increase the possibility of communication. So ladies and gentlemen, with thanks to HEC and APAN, thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum.